Yes, guys, welcome to this particular training I wanted to put together for you on the difference between hard work versus leverage work. Now, if you know me at all, you know I'm all about leverage work over hard work. But I really wanted to just bring you something that could break it down and just really help you make that transition for yourself, so you don't fall into the hustling grind mentality that's just absolutely ridiculous and completely unnecessary. In all honesty, okay. So, firstly, what we need to do is get clear on what work actually is. So if that is what we do in order to make money, we got to be clear on what activities are that actually matter. Okay, because if hard work alone was the biggest contributing factor, then how come somebody like myself, who used to work in construction, where we would be, I was surrounded by hard workers, but they were low income people. So very hard workers, they were grafting, very, very committed, in all weathers out. That's hard work. Okay, but there was no financial reward for that, or at least a very little amount of money being paid to you as a result of that. So what I wanted to do is give you a little formula. So work equals output. Okay, and then the output equals volume times leverage. Okay, so how do we do more output, or how do we get more output? Volume is the number of times that you're going to pull the lever, and the leverage is the length of the lever that you have. So the output is how much you can lift on the other side. Okay, so really just sit with that and understand what I'm saying there. How do we get more output? Okay, how do we get more volume? And volume is the number of times that you can pull the actual lever, and then the leverage is the length of the lever. So that output is how much you can lift on the other side of that. Okay, so business really is about how much leverage do you have. Do you want to do more of the activity, or do you want to do it with more leverage? Okay, so do you want to work harder and do more output, more activity, or would you like to learn leverage so that leverage can do the work? You have a lever that you can pull, and that increases the outputs. Okay, because doing more is capped by time and activity. There's only so many hours in a day. Okay, but leverage is uncapped. Okay, so we've been literally taught the wrong things. Hard work is not the target. Leverage work is the target. So don't outwork somebody, look to out leverage them. Okay, so let's do like a little comparison here. So who could achieve more, the hard worker or the leverage worker? Okay, so let's just say I'm just going to do this on a breakdown on a sales kind of scenario. Okay, so you've got two people both making 10 calls per day. Who's going to win? Okay, well, the one with the more skill is obviously going to close more sales. Okay, but let's say that they have equal skills. Who wins then? Well, it's the one who has a more systemized way of selling. So they've got the CRMs, they've got the trackers. But let's say they work the same amount of hours, they have the same skills, and they use the same systems. Then who wins? Okay, well, it's going to be the one with the best list. But what if they have the same lift? Okay, whoever then has the best offer would be able to make more sales. So what else is a separator of all of this? So what else is going to be the separator if all of the above is equal? Well, the one that's recorded his pitch or her pitch and they sent it to thousands of people. Okay, but what if they both did this? Then what would be the separator? Well, what if a guy was making 0 sales calls and he didn't show up and he didn't do anything? Then who would win? Well, the guy who had a team of 5 people, each working 8 hours a day, calling people. Because it doesn't matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter how talented you are, you're not going to outwork 5 people. What if you could outperform 5 people? Well, you're not going to be able to outperform 20 people. And the business owner didn't make any calls. That's leverage. Okay, so it's not about your inputs all the time and the outputs that you're doing. It's about how much leverage you've got. Okay, because there are going to be things that keep you on an even playing field. So like I said, if you've got equal skills to somebody, if you've got equal systems, same amount of hours in a day, the quality of the list, but then you're moving into who's got a pre-recorded sales pitch that gets sent out to thousands of people every single day. Okay, there is literally people that do not actually take any sales calls, and they are making 6 figures a day in their business, multi 5 figures a day, 4 figures a day, simply by having leverage within the business. And they are not the hardest workers, they're the smartest workers, because they use leverage to their advantage. Okay, and that's what I want for you guys to really start to understand and get your head around why leverage work is so important. So what is happening in your business whilst you are working on growing your business? Okay, are leads being generated? Are sales being made? Is fulfillment being improved? Okay, leverage is the master key, because you can leverage how you're generating leads. Okay, there are highly leverageable ways of generating leads. You don't have to go out and connect with person by person, one at a time. Okay, then within your sales, you can do leverage sales. You can do one-to-many sales. You can do automated sales. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can leverage sales. You don't have to just show up and do one-on-one calls and just close people one at a time. Okay, fulfillment. If you're trading your time for money, just doing one-on-one coaching, there's a glass ceiling. Okay, there's zero leverage involved in that. You only have so many hours in a day, which means you can only work with so many clients. Okay, leverage is the master key. Okay, you've been playing by rules that simply do not exist. The rules that we were taught are bullshit, and they're not going to serve you within business, within entrepreneurship. Okay, if you want to make more money, then you've got to get more for your time. This is the very, very reason why you need more leverage. Okay, so you've got to stop trading your time for money. Okay, we are spending time for every second, okay, of your life. You receive money over the time of your life. Okay, so money over time equals rate of output. Okay, we are all paid by the hour. Fact. Okay, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, worth hundreds of billions. 120, 150. It may have dropped a little bit at the time of recording this, but they have 24 hours a day. And then you've got the other people that are making a couple of dollars a day, or a couple $100 a day. Do you mean? But they've all got the same amount of time. Okay, everybody is being paid by the hour. So leverage income is the best way to structure your business for maximum profitability, but also sustainability. Okay, we all have the same amount of hours in a day. So how you leverage your time and the way that you make your money is the separator. Okay, you make more money by strategically using leverage to your advantage, and especially over other people that are not doing that. Okay, so how to guarantee that you will not get what you want and you will not achieve the things that you're looking for. Okay, so a couple of things to really just understand here. So you have uninformed optimism. Okay, so this is stages of change or a transition. So whenever you're analyzing anything new, maybe you're seeing someone winning, they're making a lot of money, they're doing something, and it makes you want to change what you're doing. Okay, this is uninformed optimism, as you're making a judgment based on the highlight reel of another individual. You don't know enough about what has actually gone into that success that they've even got. Okay, so then you jump ship and the opportunity vehicle that you've got, but you lacked true understanding of everything that went into the opportunity. So how often have you found yourself, maybe going through a bit of a challenging period of your business, and then you're looking out and you're seeing other people talking about other things that are different from what you're currently doing, and then you make a judgment to just adopt that, but you don't know what went into them getting that success. You don't know the trials and tribulations and the setbacks they got to get to the point where it was effortless and it was consistent for them. Okay, you don't want to be making decisions within business with uninformed optimism. It's a recipe for disaster. But after that, you've got informed pessimism. So time elapses and you haven't made any money. So now you question your decision, and then you will learn the hidden secrets for your optimism that you overlooked. Okay, so when you basically, jump ship and you decide to do something different, and then you keep doing it, and then it doesn't work, and a period of time goes by, now you're going to start to question, why did I do that? Okay, and then you'll learn the hidden secrets of your optimism that you clearly and blatantly overlooked. Okay, and then you're going to go into a crisis of meaning. You're going to begin to wonder if this is all worthwhile, if you're cut out for this. You change your goals because of the difficulty that you encountered, and then you look for the next opportunity, and then what's going to happen? You begin the cycle again. So if you want to succeed, then you need to quit fighting the same fucking battle and stop living in the same cycle. Okay, and maybe you've gone through this a few times and this is going to ring true to you, but if you haven't, pay attention to what I'm saying here, because you don't want to end up in situations where you're just in cycles and you're never really progressing. Okay, don't be jumping ship. Don't be making decisions with uninformed optimism. Okay, it's not going to serve you well. And then after the crisis of meaning, you're going to have the informed optimism. So that's where you learn lessons, you see the oversight, and you figure out what was missing. And then you start to gain momentum, and then you start to see results. Okay, but why not stay here? Okay, at this point where maybe things aren't going right, before the uninformed optimism, before you start looking at and making comparisons to other people that you know fucking nothing about, maybe you just sit and maybe you look to learn the lessons. You look to see the things that aren't working for you. You know, what are the oversights? What are the blind spots? Okay, and you work on that thing and you prove that thing so that you don't end up in these cycles. Because what happens after that is the achievement. Okay, the achievements begin to stack up when you stay consistent. Your results will stay consistent. You know, and now people will begin to pay attention to you and ask how you're doing it, and then that may lead to somebody else's uninformed optimism, and then they will enter that cycle. But that's not what I want for you. I want you to stay on track. Okay, last part there. Stay focused on one thing. The grass is not fucking greener on the other side. Okay, there will always be setbacks, there will always be external challenges. You're not going to avoid those. There will be days where you question things. Is this worth it? Am I cut out for this? Is it really worth all of the hassle? Okay, you will have your down days. You will have your high days where you'll feel elated and on top of the world, and you'll have days where you think, fuck, is this really what I signed up for? Is this really worth it? Okay. But there will be, other people who seemingly have it easier than you. Okay, you're just gonna have to accept that. They're going to be making more money without the perceived challenges that you're experiencing. But what you need to stop doing is judging your everyday real life with somebody's highlight reel. Again, you don't know what's gone into them going there. You don't know their personal struggles. You don't know what they've had to endure to get to that point. Okay, so the ability to stay focused on one thing for an unreasonable amount of time, that is a massive, massive divider between the rich and the poor. Okay, being able to stay focused on one thing, not jumping ship, not constantly making comparisons to other people and then just stopping what you're doing and then just doing that because you've got the uninformed optimism. Okay, so by falling victim to getting in the crisis of meaning and then changing direction, you are by default making your life harder than it needs to be, and you are actually delaying the success that you're actually working towards, and you will be working a fuckload harder than you need to. Okay, and as this isn't about working hard. This is about working with leverage to make your life easier, to make you more successful, to make it more predictable, and for you to be able to actually start a journey where you can go on to live the life that you want to live, that you dream life. Okay, so really, really powerful lesson here for you guys. I really want you to sit with this, go over it a couple of times if you need to, but start understanding exactly how you can use leverage. Okay, hard work is not the target. Leverage work is the target. Don't try and outwork somebody, out leverage them. Okay, if you do this, you will have longevity. It will be sustainable. It will be more predictable, and you will just have a happier life, a more fulfilling life, a more inspired life without as many obstacles and challenges and just inevitable things that you're going to face. But when you've got the right leverage, when you understand how to leverage your delivery, how to leverage leads, how to leverage sales, how to leverage fulfillment, when you start to understand that, which you're going to be learning in this program, that's when it's all going to come together. Okay, so really just start to understand you're not a hard worker. I fucking hate it when people say that because it doesn't mean anything. I've been around hard workers all my life in construction, and they had zero progress from the age of 18 to 48. Zero progress, but they worked hard the entire fucking time. Okay, leverage work. That's the keys to the kingdom. That's the thing that's going to separate you. Okay.